Okay, so imagine this. A structure built 3,000 years ago, so massive it actually dwarfs the Great Pyramid of Giza by volume. Now, what if I told you it was hidden in plain sight, completely invisible until just a few years ago? Well, let's dive into the incredible story of Aguada Fénix, a discovery that is literally rewriting the dawn of Maya civilization. What you're looking at right here is a massive artificial plateau. I mean, this isn't a natural hill. It is a completely man-made ceremonial center, and it happens to be the oldest and largest one ever found in the entire Maya area. For millennia, this thing was just a slight rise in the landscape, covered by jungle and farmland, its true shape totally unrecognizable. And that's the real kicker here. How could something so unbelievably colossal, a testament to this immense human effort, just vanish from history and stay undiscovered for so long? Well, the answer isn't in some dusty old map, but in a totally revolutionary technology. This is where the story gets really cool, where modern tech starts to peel back the layers of time and reveals a world that was completely lost to us. So, on the left, you see a pretty typical satellite photo of the Usumacinta region in Mexico. To you and me, it just looks like a bunch of green forest and fields, right? But on the right, whoa, that's the same area seen with LiDAR. Suddenly, it's like the trees just vanish, and these perfect geometric shapes pop right out. It's basically an X-ray for the landscape, revealing the bones of an ancient world hiding underneath. So, what is this LiDAR thing anyway? Essentially, you've got a plane, and it's firing millions of laser pulses at the ground. By measuring how long it takes for them to bounce back, it creates this incredibly detailed 3D map. For archaeologists, it's a total game changer. The surveys they did back in 2017 and 2019 were the key that finally unlocked Aguada Fénix. And the scale of what they found is just staggering. The main plateau is 1,400 meters long. That's nearly a mile. To put that into perspective, this isn't just another ruin. We're talking about the largest and oldest monumental construction ever found in the entire Maya region, period. But here's the thing about LiDAR. It can only show you what's there. It can't tell you who built it or why. Finding it was just the first step. To really understand it, the team had to get their hands dirty. And for their 2024 mission, they showed up with some very specific questions. They were asking, what was this thing for? Was it a city, a temple? And where did the builders actually live? What about all these smaller plazas around it? And in a place with seasonal floods and droughts, how on earth did they manage their water? These are the big mysteries they set out to solve, literally shovel by shovel. So this brings us to the next phase of the whole investigation, moving from that high-tech 30,000-foot view down to the actual dirt-under-the-fingernails work of excavation. You see, the LiDAR map doesn't just reveal the big structures, it actually guides the entire excavation. Here you can see these long, straight lines. Those are ancient canals. The archaeologists used this map to pinpoint exactly where they needed to dig. You can see the units LN2A and LN2B there to really understand this ancient water management system. And once they choose a spot, that's when the super meticulous work begins. Everything is mapped onto a grid. Each and every square is carefully excavated, layer by layer, with every single artifact and even soil changes being recorded. It's painstaking, it's slow, and it has to be incredibly precise. And you can see just how detailed that process is in a diagram like this one. This shows the layout of excavation units in just one small part of the operation. Every floor, every wall, every pit is mapped, allowing them to reconstruct the site's history piece by tiny piece. But digging is really only half the battle. The real story isn't in the pits themselves, it's in the thousands of tiny fragments they unearth. And these clues? They only start talking once they get back to the lab. And this is where we move from the field to the lab, the place where science turns all these humble fragments into a rich story about the past. So take pottery, for instance. A discovery like this, a whole cache of vessels, is an absolute treasure trove. By analyzing the different styles, archaeologists can create a really precise timeline. And the pottery they found in the main construction fill at Aguada Fénix, from a period they call the Robolo Royale phase, dates the structure's creation to between 1000 and 700 BC. Then there's obsidian. It's a volcanic glass that was prized for making razor-sharp tools. And because the obsidian from each volcano has its own unique chemical signature, analyzing it is kind of like geological fingerprinting. It lets archaeologists trace ancient trade routes with incredible accuracy. And what the analysis revealed was this number. Almost 2/3 of the obsidian from a site right nearby came from San Martin Jilotepeque in Guatemala. This tells a really clear story. Yeah, these people had some contact with the Olmec to the west, but their primary trade network was with other early Maya groups to the south and east. So what about their daily life? Well, the animal bones tell a vivid story. Surprisingly, it looks like domestic dogs were a more significant part of their diet than even deer. They also ate enormous amounts of freshwater mussels. But maybe the most curious finding involves turtles, hundreds and hundreds of turtle shells, and many of them were burned. And here's this fascinating little detail from the report. It turns out they probably weren't just eating these turtles. A specific type of musk turtle, the guayo, actually releases a strong odor when it's burned. This strongly suggests they were part of some kind of ritual, maybe creating a sacred incense for their ceremonies. How cool is that? All right, so when you start to put all of these clues together, the sheer scale of the site, the trade networks, the food, the rituals, a new and pretty revolutionary picture of this ancient society starts to emerge. First off, you don't build something this big without massive cooperation. This had to be a huge communal effort. Second, and this is a major clue, archaeologists found zero evidence of palaces or fancy tombs for kings. That tells us something different was going on here. Instead, they found all this evidence of shared rituals, like the turtle burning. And third, those canals show they were sophisticated engineers, actively shaping their entire landscape to manage water. And this, right here, is the big takeaway. Aguada Fénix challenges that old idea that for civilization to rise, you need powerful kings and a lot of social inequality. This was a different path. It suggests that early Maya society was built on communal collaboration and shared belief, creating these incredible spaces for everyone to gather. We even get a glimpse into their artistic and cultural world. Just look at this stunning monument found nearby. It shows a contortionist figure, a theme you see across early Mesoamerica. It's just a powerful reminder of the deep 3,000-year-old traditions that laid the foundation for everything that came after. You know, the discovery of Aguada Fénix is proof that there are still entire chapters of human history hidden right beneath our feet, just waiting for the right tools and the right questions to bring them to light. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What else is out there, just waiting to change everything we think we know about the past?